Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to the Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Oh, we're going. Mostly.
Yeah, we're going. Fuck it. It's a mistake. It's in there. Whatever. I don't even care anymore.
God damn. We slacking, boy.
We did. Yeah. I messed that one up real big.
It's okay.
Big time.
The movie magic is
We ain't
shattered.
deleting it, though, okay?
The magic is
shattered. I ain't fucking editing that shit out. I'll own up to my mistakes.
It's fine. Look, we can't always be perfect.
It's true. Most of I would say 90% of the time we're perfect.
Perfect.
Don't look at our live streams.
Flawless.
But we're flawless, okay?
Flawless.
Again, don't go check out our live streams.
But we have to remind you that we are human.
Exactly. We're not these gods that you put us up on their pedestal for.
I mean, I would certainly hope not, but
yeah, I know, right? Anyway, hi, welcome. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, go to our socials. Go to YouTube. Go to Spotify. Go to Apple Music. Go to Stitcher. I'm blanking on the rest. Okay, just go.
All of them.
Go to any podcasting site or Podbean. That's our host site.
Yes.
Go to any of those fine established podcasting sources and type in They Mostly Come Out at Night podcast. Look for our logo, 2 beer steins and a microphone in the middle. And then just, maybe comment, subscribe to our silly little podcast we got going here.
To our little shenanigans.
Yeah. Where we're real with you all the time.
Yeah. No, no bamboos.
No shit, okay? We're real. We cut through the bullshit.
Yeah, we're real.
To bring you raw, real-time movie reviews.
The raw reviews.
We do it like no one else, baby.
Oh, God.
I think I'm in a good mood because the movie watch tonight is incredible. I really liked it. It went insane, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, the movie tonight was The Mutilator,
or as it like to deceivingly call it, apparently it was also called Fall Break.
Yeah. Which
honestly, I like the title Fall Break a little bit more than The Mutilator. Mutilator makes sense, but
it's more deceiving.
Fall Break is more deceiving, and I kind of get why they changed it now.
Yeah.
They probably got a lot of jimmies rustled when it first came out.
Mutilator is more obvious.
Yeah, well, it telegraphs it more what the movie actually is.
Just in case you didn't know.
Because Fall Break, it is about a fall break, but the Mutilator is definitely closer to what actually happens in the movie.
It's a slasher, in case you didn't know.
Yes. Which, again, lizard brain us fucking love slashers.
Have you ever seen that picture of the bearded dragon with his mouth open and they just put a subtitle of
Yep.
That's us.
That was us the entire movie, basically.
Yeah, every time some horrible violent death was happening or some shenanigans were occurring, that was us. And this had a lot of the both.
It did. There's not a high body count, but the murders in this are fucking mental.
Yeah, if you wanna talk about a slasher that has hardcore violence on the screen, yeah,
this is it.
You need if you're interested in that kind of stuff, slashers that have lots of gore and makeup effects and all that shit, you need to watch this movie.
Yeah, this is your movie. So I guess let's get into it.
Do it.
So we get our first scene is a mother making a cake for a birthday. She's getting all the candles in it. It's this nice serene setting. It's a cabin, basically. It looks like in the woods. We see a small boy in the other room.
He peeks in to see his mom doing all that.
And he's okay. And so to surprise his dad, he's going to clean something. So he writes a little note and says, happy birthday, Daddy. I cleaned these myself. And he puts it on a cabinet. And you're okay, cool. It's innocent. What's in the cabinet?
It's his gun
Rifle
cabinet.
collection.
Yeah. And he takes one to. He's gonna clean all of them.
Now, again, this scene already builds tension because it has scenes of the kid like cleaning it off and it hasn't gone off, and then he like looks down the barrel.
Looks down the barrel, yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, no.
Shoot himself.
And then like, nope. He pulls it away from himself, starts cleaning it more, and then he goes to like test it. And he was like, I guess he thought the safety was on, or I don't know, but he goes to test it, fires the gun, and it shoots his mom right in the back.
We get a big old blood squib.
Huge blood squib. And then the boy runs out, tends to his mother's in like horrible shock, obviously.
Daddy comes home.
Daddy comes home with his ducks because he killed a bunch of ducks.
And is just like shell shocked.
Yeah, well, he doesn't say anything, right? Like
No.
He's having basically just a mental breakdown. Like he just snapped. Because honestly, what do you do in that situation?
Right.
Like what would your mind do in that situation? So he goes he like pushes the kid away, and the kid runs away because he's all scared. And then the guy drags his wife into like his study.
Don't forget he smacks the kid around.
Oh, well, yeah.
The kid then runs away and like hides.
Oh, that's right, because he slaps the kid, and then the kid runs away all scared. So then
he starts grabbing the rifle.
Yeah.
Almost like he's gonna shoot him.
Well, you think he is? I think he like contemplates it.
Yeah.
And then just snaps even more and drags his dead wife's body into his study with him, leans her up against the couch,
And starts drinking.
and then he like goes over and gets the little like note that his son wrote and puts it on her dead body,
Like, this is the happy birthday I get.
and then like goes to pour another drink, and then like you see him like start to like give it to the dead body, and then all of a sudden we jump forward to our main guy.
It's the kid now grown up, and it's him and his
So
college friends.
he's in a bar, and they're bored because they have nothing to do for fall break. It's gonna be fall break. They haven't planned anything. His girlfriend's all pissed off because she said we could have gone to the mountains or the beach or something. Like, we could have done something,
Yeah.
but now we're just stuck here, and we don't have anything to do.
And then he gets a phone call.
He's like, no way. There's no phone call for me. Like, no one ever calls me.
It's like the Joker friend who's like telling him you have a phone call. He doesn't believe it. Then he's like, no, I'm serious. And he goes and talks, and it's his dad.
Yeah. And his dad is telling him that I guess he's cleaning out his like beachfront condo, and he wants his son to go help him like shut it down for the winter.
For the winter, yeah.
So the son kind of thinks it's like bullshit because he hasn't talked to his dad in forever.
Yeah.
And so he like crumples it up. He's like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I haven't seen or talked to my dad in years. There's no way I'm gonna do this.
The friends, at this point, they're also told of the.
Well, yeah, because while he's on the phone, the girlfriend's like, yeah, something horrible happened. He shot his mom. It was a total a freak accident, but his dad just snapped and became like a alcoholic and started doing all these like horrible things.
But yeah, they they look at his crumpled up piece of paper, and they get the idea. Hey,
yeah,
this is perfect. Like,
it's a beachfront condo. Like, it's perfect.
We'll go there. You'll do whatever you have to do to get it ready, but we'll have like a nice fall break.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they, it's like the next day they're all leaving like the campus or whatever. One of the friends plays a joke. Oh, the car doesn't start.
Yeah, the car doesn't start. That's a big thing. And then the friend plays a joke that his girlfriend isn't coming, and
they're
then
not going.
She comes out and she's like, what do you mean I'm not going? And she hits him with his bag, and then they all drive off and start initial credits.
Start credits with
Fall Break.
Fucking a song called Fall Break.
Yeah, because this movie was, I'm guessing, originally called Fall Break.
Yeah.
And they changed it because people probably thought it was like a road trip, like buddy movie, and then were horribly wrong.
Producers also probably thought needs a horror
Needs like a
title.
darker title
Yeah.
because like Fall Break's really deceiving. Although I think they should have just fucking stuck with it because that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious, and I mean, they even have a fucking song in the movie called "Fall Break."
Yeah, that's like it's like the theme song. They
So
play the
like,
beginning and the end.
yeah, they're driving to college, and it literally looks like the start of like a wacky '80s college comedy, and they even stop at like a convenience store to get beer.
And the guy like thinks he's tricking
There's a
the
sign on the
says 10% discount to senior citizens, and he's like, how old do you have to be a senior citizen? And the guy says, well, you have to be 65. And he's like, why don't I buy 2 6-packs and you give
he's
me
like telling him like
the
that's
10%?
discrimination.
Yeah.
Like, I'm studying law, I know this stuff. So how
What?
about this? So you don't get in trouble. I'll get 2, and you give me the 10% discount. And the guy's like, yeah, sure.
Well, it's funny because they like set up this whole joke where he gets the 10% discount, and then his wife, the owner's wife, comes
After
by
they leave, yeah.
and is like, Did you trick someone else out of like thinking they're getting a discount for the 2 6-packs or whatever?
Yep.
He's like, yep, silly college kids or whatever, you know.
Music starts up again. Shenanigans continue, and they get to the like the beach front, and the door is like already open.
The jokester guy goes in. And he's like, I don't know about this. Like, I'm getting kind of. Oh no, is it the girlfriend that goes
the
up
guy.
first? Yeah, the guy goes up and he's like, I'm getting weird vibes. Like, why is the door like wide open?
And they go in there and just empty bottles of liquor.
Well, and the girlfriend finds a like half empty like glass, and it still has like water beads on it.
And she's like, how long has it been, like, since your dad's supposed to be here?
And the guy's like, I don't know, like
A week?
maybe a week, maybe a day, maybe they left this morning. I have no idea.
She's just like saying, well, I don't know, like maybe we should call the cops, like maybe there's a break-in. Tells her, no, it's fine. I'm sure he's just, being a crazy man.
Well, and they like start looking around. There's all this like trophy. He's like a trophy hunter, so
He literally says at one point, my dad's hunted everything except man.
when he's like he doesn't like hunt to kill, he hunts. He's called a trophy hunter.
Yes.
No, he doesn't hunt to eat them. He's a trophy hunter, so he just hunts to kill.
Trophies.
So
Things hanging
there's a
on
giant,
walls.
there's a few giant fish on the wall. They even find this like this mask. It's like he stole it from the Incas
When he was hunting.
when he was hunting,
yeah.
and like he explains that it was used for sacrificial things and makes a joke about how they sacrifice virgins.
And yeah, one of them keeps joking that the girlfriend of the main guy is a virgin.
Yeah.
And there's there's all these like taxidermies and stuff. And then they find there's a framed picture of a guy with like these gashes on his stomach.
He's like, what the hell happened here? And the guy's like, oh yeah, like my dad,
He ran
he
over
ran over
somebody
him. It was a total accident.
with his like propeller boat.
What's weird is like no one thinks it's weird that he has a framed picture of a fucking guy with his like stomach cut open.
Then there's also a I've never heard of this shit before, but it's like some sort of fucking triangle things that you
I think it's like a weight for like fishing or for
Something
like
like that,
angling or something, because it's like these like lead like triangle like weights.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they were like he framed one that him and his friends, the dad, were throwing them at the wall, and
see like which one would get like dead center or whatever.
or just stuck in the wall,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And then he's the only one that got stuck in the wall, and he was so proud of it, he framed it.
And they're just like, okay.
Well, and they find this giant, like, angler's hook that you use to, like, pull in big fish from the sea. And then they also look around more, and there's, like, is it in the room where the axe is supposed to be?
Yeah, it's missing. He's because there's like a thing where something's supposed to be hanging, and girlfriend's like, what's this? And he tells him it's his battle axe. And
His prized possession, the battle axe.
And she's like, well, if it's not here, like maybe somebody broke it in and stole it. And he's like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, like, I'll call my dad tomorrow, ask him if it's supposed to be here. If he says it is, we'll let the authorities know, because it's like I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like almost like an island that they're on. So
Yeah, it's
they're,
like a beach community.
so
I
there's
guess
there's not like a
basically.
police station there. It's like back on the mainland.
Basically, they're kind of vague about it, but they say like there's just one guy that patrols the beach at night.
Yeah, it's like the beach patrol. He's not really a
So
cop.
like if they see him, they'll say
Yeah.
something, but basically they're not going to unless something bad happens.
All while this is
Um,
happening, we see the dad is in the garage.
Yeah,
sleeping
he's sleeping.
with
His battle axe.
prized possession.
His battle axe. And it is a battle axe.
Yes.
It is like a medieval battle axe, and so it's exactly what you're picturing.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and then so they get like all unpacked. They're like trying to find. I guess they're having dinner.
Well, first there's that scene where I'm pretty sure it's before dinner where there's two of them that go down to the garage.
Oh yeah, and they're
And
looking.
they start looking around.
And they find like waiters and like
There's all these potential weapons.
there's all these murder weapons. There's like knives. There's like they find these like sharp like railroad spikes like dug into the wall.
Yeah, it's like the wall just has a series of these sharp spikes and
she's like, why do they need to be so sharp? Like, aren't they just hanging up nets? And he's like, well, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
they're probably just to hang the nets up on.
And then they also find the propeller.
They find the propeller. They find like a bunch of like stuff on the fucking workbench that he could kill, like a screwdriver and the triangle thing.
And they're trying to get all like, hot and heavy, and the dad's just like watching the whole time, and then eventually the other people call them to like
Well, she's about to open the door where the dad is, and then they call him up
to help like pack stuff or unpack stuff, I should say.
Yeah, so they're at dinner. This is where they're at dinner. They just finished up, so the girlfriend's like, well, like, we'll make a schedule. Like, you have to clean a block, just basic banter shit. There's, like, the two friends making out in the kitchen. And then the other two friends are going to, like, go upstairs and, like find their room. And then... Can't remember what happens next where like it leads to, but like I know the friends leave. The two of the friends leave at a certain
Two of
point.
them leave to
like walk on the beach.
Walk on the beach.
Oh, that's right. They sit down because they're playing. A few of them are playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
And like they sit down and the girl's like, no, let's go walk off some of dinner. Like this is too much. We're gonna like go.
Yeah. All the others are playing Monopoly. These two leave. They walk down the beach, and you see them like that. The dad's just like watching them walk down the beach, have a lovely time, and then eventually, the others, they're like playing Monopoly, and like as you do with Monopoly, half of them are losing, so they're like, let's go join them on the beach. So they also go leave to try to see if they can find them, just have fun.
Yeah, so they're on the beach, they're having fun, and then we see the other two get to like this covered pool area. And it's like covered by this big tarp, like a big blow up tarp. Mm-hmm. And so they go in and she's like, "Whoa, what's wrong with the water? Like, what's going on?" And he's like, "Well, they probably just put too much chlorine in there because it's like really murky."
Yeah, you can't really see anything.
Yeah. She's like, well, like, will that cause anything? He's like, oh, no, but it'll probably kill the hepatitis or, like...
Herpes.
Yeah, it'll kill the herpes. And she's like, I didn't know I had to worry about that. It just, like, it's weird because this movie, like, pretty violently swings from, like, buddy road trip comedy to total fucking slasher movie.
Yeah. But, yeah, they obviously, they take off their clothes... They get in the pool and they start playing like the happy music.
And like the girl's like teasing the guy. She keeps swimming around him and like swimming away from him.
And then they start playing
like Marco Polo basically.
It's kind of like hide and seek. So like, one of them, they're like trying to find each other as they keep like dunking themselves down and going back up to see if they can see him. Obviously the water is like murky, so you can't really see anything.
It's so murky that they can't see each other underneath the water either. Yeah. And so the woman finally comes up for air and like is gonna go,
and she's like on her back.
She's like floating on her back because she's like kind of done with the game. And then you see these two hands rise up and like pull her under the water.
Yeah, and then the guy gets up and like he can't see anything, so he goes back down under the water. Then you just see like her body
Being dragged up the stairs,
and someone.
and then someone takes his clothes.
Yeah, the guy takes his clothes, all their clothes.
Yeah.
So the guy gets out, and he just sees that all the clothes are gone.
He's like, "Oh, come on! I don't want to play this game."
And then he starts like walking in, and the dad's just leaving, like
He leaves like his jeans, then his shoes,
his socks.
his socks on like a weird sign that he thinks is the girl. It's like a fake out scare where he thinks it's the girl because you see like hands, and then it's just like sign holding his socks.
Yeah, and then, but it's just like all these articles of clothing are just leading him back to the house.
Specifically the garage.
Because eventually when he gets to the garage, you see the bra.
He's like, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on here."
Then he goes in there, he's looking around, and then you see her panties on the door. He opens that, there's nothing in there, and then the door across from it just kind of like swings a little bit.
And he's like, "Ah, okay," and then he like opens the door, and the dad literally swings a fucking propeller blade, like a boat propeller blade, into this guy's stomach, and just blood spraying fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Well, first, don't forget, he also cuts his throat a little.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, you see like a fountain of blood.
Well, and you just see the fucking, like, the actor playing the dad just getting sprayed with the fucking, all this goddamn blood. And then he's just fucking ramming it into this guy.
And then eventually, you see a shot of the guy's, like, full body. And he's just got, like, these gashes across his stomach. His hands all, like, half severed. And, he just drops down. And then... Oh, we totally fucking forgot. Oh, my God. We forgot. We forgot the fucking part where they're all sitting around having a lovely time at the house, and the dad's sleeping, and he's dreaming of murdering.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot this because it actually plays into like one of the most ludicrous things I've ever seen in a slasher movie ever.
But yeah, it's like we see like a thing of him like he's like lifting the son up by his neck and choking him.
Well, it's so
we see him shooting him.
It's like oddly darkly funny in a way because he's like sleeping but he's like smiling, like they're not nightmares.
As
like
he's smiling by murdering
like
him,
he's like just like super happy that he's murdering his son in his dreams.
Yeah, we see him like choking him. He shoots him
because every time it shows him
he slashes his throat with his battle axe.
Every time it shows him sleeping, he's just like ear to ear grinning like like he's happy to be dreaming about this.
But yeah, that's the thing you see before any of the murders.
So he strangles him, slashes his throat with the battle axe, and then shoots him.
Yeah, but yeah, he after he kills the guy with the propeller, he like sticks him in the corner,
and then he like
takes the girlfriend.
He like grabs her head and like slams it onto this fucking spike.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fucking brutal.
It's fucking amazing.
And it's all in one shot too. Yeah. So like it looks pretty like convincing.
But yeah, let this set you up for the I guess the level of violence.
Yeah, because it actually
it
gets more intense, way more intense.
By the time you get to the ending, oh baby.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking gore in this. So if you're a fan of like gory slashers,
you want to see like crazy shit,
this is it. Like if you're into like grindhouse shit, this is definitely for you.
But yeah, the other friends they're on the beach, and eventually like one of the beach patrol guy comes up to them.
When he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And then the son tells him, "We're here because my dad called me. We're just like gonna be here for like for like 4 days." Because
they're the only property right now that's occupied.
Yeah,
is theirs. So the guy tells him, okay, well just be careful. And then one of them's like, "Why? Is it dangerous here?" And the guy's like, "No, there's nobody here. It's totally safe. But there's a storm coming. There's lightning, so just like be careful." And he tells him, "Okay, like if you've seen two young, like another young couple."
He's like, "No, I haven't."
It's like, well, if you see them, just don't look too hard.
Yeah.
And they walk away, and the guy keeps like he's walking around some more. And then he looks around their property, and does he?
Well,
he goes up like the steps.
He checks like the sliding door basically, and then goes down the steps, and you think something's gonna happen, but it doesn't.
There's many things like that.
There's a lot of fake outs, but like it's effective in this.
Yeah, because like you kind of just sit there because you know that these people are gonna bite it.
Well, it's not like annoying, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those movies where it's like it does do like the fake out jump scares a lot. Well, like fake out scares. Yeah. They're not jump scares, but like fake out
fake
scares.
Out deaths, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like but it's not annoying.
Well, because it's not annoying because you know that these people are gonna die.
Yeah.
You just don't know when. So when they keep like showing you random ways that they could die, it's like you're just kind of sitting there like waiting, like okay, what's gonna happen? But yeah, he like walks up and down the steps,
and he's like looking around, and then he like shines his flashlight and sees something, and it's the fucking dad with his fucking battle axe.
Well, first he stabs him through the fucking like cheek.
Well, no, yeah. He sees something, and you just see this board come through his like cheek.
Yeah, he stabs him with this wood, like this board. He just impales him in the cheek,
and the guy's like screaming and like
and you think that that's going to be it.
No,
I thought that was going to be it.
No, Daddy-O has his battle axe and swings it so hard it decapitates the guy.
Chops his fucking head off,
and you just see this like, you see the image of like the body like kneeling and like. Just
blood spraying out of the fucking stump.
This headless fucking like body just splashing blood everywhere.
Oh, it's amazing.
And you like see the dad like pick up the head and like take it with him.
He takes it back to his trophy room. He puts the head on one of the spikes, and then he lines up the fucking bottom of the body.
Well, he like puts the cop's like flashlight in his like chest.
Yeah, like
like in his fucking chest, and like hauls this guy's body back up to his neck, and then laughs and turns off the flashlight. Like, this is like some sadistic shit.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, they the others, they get back, and they said they're done with Monopoly.
They're gonna play a different game, but like some of them want to go to sleep. The jokester guy, he wants to get laid.
Yes.
So he's very much trying to get his girlfriend.
He keeps like yawning and very like exaggerated.
So I think it's time for bed, and like the son's like, no, I think we should play another game. Let's play.
Even the like Joker guy, like even his girlfriend's like, no, like not yet.
Well, and the guy's like, let's play what they call it, Blind Man's Bluff.
Yeah.
And it's like a hide and seek game where you like. If you're the sole person that hides, but if people find you, they have to either like sit next to you or lie down.
Yeah.
Until there's only one person left wandering around the house.
Yeah, and again, it's another setup. Obviously, perfect setup for shit to happen. But yeah, they so one person hides while the others they go outside of the house and they drink a whole beer.
Yeah, while the person inside has to drink the same beer but hide.
So that person turns off all the lights, so it's dark in the house.
So we see her like take the ice cooler off the like refrigerator, and then she's sitting on the table in the middle of the kitchen with the cooler right in front of her.
Yeah, like right up against the wall.
So one by one, the people come into the kitchen. The first girl finds her. They laugh a little bit, and then
she sits under the table.
And then the guy comes in, and it gets like spooked by some of the fucking trophies.
It's the taxidermy shit.
Yeah, and he gets all like freaked out, and then he finds them and goes underneath too. But then, we forgot to mention before the girl hides, the dad's trying to get into the house. And she sees the doorknob shaking, and she's like, "No cheating!" And like, it like locks the door.
Yeah, and then when it's just the son left, the dad's like also wandering around the house, and he grabs like it almost looks like a crowbar.
I think it was a crowbar, if I'm not mistaken.
He's like walking up behind, and he's like walking around. He's like looking to like smack, like basically kill the son. And then the son walks into the kitchen and like opens the fridge and is like, "Okay, guys."
Well, I guess that they're trying to show that the dad like doesn't want to take them on one by like he wants to take them out one by one instead of just like all together, because it's harder to hunt when people are in a fucking group.
Yeah, look, it is a slasher movie.
Yeah, you gotta take them out one by one.
Unless you're a little movie that I would recommend called The Burning, where like half the fucking cast gets annihilated in like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But most slasher movies is one by one.
So then they all turn on the lights and they're gonna go to bed.
Yeah, at this point they're going to bed.
So the jokester guy, they're like laying in bed, so they like get.
And then she's like, "Did you forget something?"
And he's like, "What?" And she's like,
and he thinks it's.
Oh no, yeah. He's like, "Yeah, no, I brought them. Let me go get them." Like, condoms.
She's like, "No, you forgot to lock up."
He's like, "Oh, come on."
Really?
And she's like, "Yeah, when we still haven't seen those other two, like, can you like at least go look for them and tell them you're locking up, because like they need to get in here or they're gonna be locked out."
And then I don't remember what she says, but he's like all like, "Oh, I don't want to." And then she
and she says like, she's like, "Don't worry." She's like, "Don't worry. I'll show you what you've like been missing if you like
and
when
then
you get back."
they do this fucking.
They do this like sped up like.
It's like Keystone Cops, like fucking...
when like they play like the like quick like piano music. The Benny Hill music is he's like fucking getting ready and like jumping out the fucking like window. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I never thought I'd see that in a slasher movie.
Hey, after you saw a guy get his fucking head chopped off.
Like just like quickly getting ready to like go because he's gonna get laid. Like, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, it fucking broke me.
I just never thought I'd see anything like that.
I
was not expecting that at all.
That was one of the most shocking things.
Yeah, legit. And so he goes outside and he like starts looking for him, and it's like kind of cold, so I mean that doesn't really play into the scene, but he like starts looking around the back, and then he goes
into the garage
and starts looking around.
He sees the panties,
and so he sees the panties and he thinks they're like getting it on in the closet there, and so he's like, "Hey guys, like, you know, like, you better come out. I'm gonna lock you in." And like,
well, first he throws one of those fucking
pyramids things, fucking
at the door.
I don't know what they're called,
and wakes up the dad, who's he's just snoozing.
I love this scene too because it's like it's such a comedy of errors. Like first he wakes up the dad that was like just snoozing, so they probably could have all gone to bed at that point. And then he's like, he's gonna play a trick on them because he thinks they're in the closet. So he like takes a nail and is gonna lock them into the closet, which would have locked the dad into the closet, but thinks better of it because he doesn't want his friends to like freeze to death in the garage.
That's too much.
Yeah.
So then he just opens it, and the dad's there with
the fucking like a pitchfork.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a fishing like trident thing.
Pretty much. But it basically has the same kind of.
It has
look.
like 4 prongs, and then he like stabs it into the guy's neck,
and picks him up with it, and sticks it onto the door and breaks it off the handle.
Yeah, and so he's got his next trophy.
His next trophy's on the door.
So he closes the closet door with the body still hanging there,
and then, so
the girlfriend keeps waking up.
Yeah, the son. She keeps waking up because she's getting spooked, and the other girl is just waiting, like impatient, like what the hell.
So she goes to look for him, and then, goes downstairs, can't find him anywhere, and then we see like as she's like leaving, the dad comes into the house, and like so the dad's in the house looking around, and then all of a sudden, they like start getting up because they hear something too. The son and the girlfriend, so they come down
because the girlfriend wakes up and she looks around and all the rooms are empty.
Yeah,
and so she wakes him up and is like, "Hey, like something's going on."
Well, so they go downstairs and then like you think that it's like dad like walking into the door, but it's the friend, and she's like, "I can't find him anywhere. We gotta go I don't know what's going on, but something's weird because
Yeah.
no one has returned that's left.
And yeah, so they were like, okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go talk to the cops, go to the sheriff's office or whatever.
So they're about to go, like, so they have her go get ready. Then they come back down and they're like about to leave.
They're like they're next to the garage.
I love how it's always like these like I get why people like make fun of these like horror movie these slasher tropes where it's like, you know, they could have just left or they could have done this, which is funny because they're about to leave, they're about to get in the car, and they're like, maybe we should look one more time.
Just to make sure, like,
Yeah, like just to make sure that like no one's around here.
it's not just him playing a joke or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So they separate. So the couple goes around the other side of the house, and then
She goes into the garage.
the woman that's looking for her boyfriend goes into the garage.
Oh no, she doesn't go in the garage.
No, she goes. Yeah, she goes the other way.
And then, because it's literally like instant, she goes the other way, and the dude's just there, up against the wall. And as soon as she like walks around the corner, he grabs her.
And we forgot to mention at one point, you see the dad like take the hook off the fish.
Yes.
So he has the giant angler's hook, and so he like picks her up and like is taking her over to like this workbench.
And he throws all the shit off the workbench
Like-
and lays her down, and just takes the fucking hook and impales it through her lady parts,
Through her nether regions.
comes out, and it is fucking madness.
It's like hard to watch.
It is fucking nuts.
Like the fact they pulled this off and it looks like real. It's like it made me like, ugh.
Oh, the gore is insane. Yeah.
Well,
and then,
yeah, because he like rips her pelvis up
Yeah.
with this fucking hook.
And they of course had to put like, like fucking meaty parts on top of it when it like comes out too. And then like he takes the fucking battle axe and it is implying he's gonna like chop her head off.
Yeah, so it's just insane. It's like one of them like
It's
most
fucking nuts.
It's like probably I would say the most insane murder scene in this entire movie.
100%.
Because it's the big crescendo one, right? Like,
Yeah, well,
because after this, the couple come back into the garage because I think they like hear something.
Well, I think they're done searching, and then
So they go back into the garage and they're like looking around, and
they just see her laying there.
Yeah, so they walk up to her and they're like, "What's wrong? Like, what's going on?" And then like her body falls down without like a head.
Yeah, the head, because like she shakes her, and the head just rolls off, and the body falls down.
And then they like are super
And then
panicked.
the guy like opens the door.
And you see his trophy room
All of them,
of
yeah.
all the bodies, and they're all freaked out. And then the dad like immediately comes in, and like you see the dad coming, and then
Don't forget the son. He puts her in like.
yeah, I was gonna say like you see the dad coming, and then he puts her in the closet.
Yeah.
And like puts a board up against the door so she can't get out.
And then they like kind of like have a tussle.
The-
Then the dad like he like knocks him out and like ties up his legs and his arms, and he's about to fucking get him with the battle axe. And then she ends up like breaking out of there.
She goes to like the workbench, picks up one of those again with the triangle things, and
Well, don't forget. First, the dad he pokes the son with like the
halberd like
tip
dagger
of it.
point of
Yeah.
the axe,
He's like bleeding
so
out of
that
his
the
arm.
son can't like get up and
Yeah, he's like bleeding out of his leg. And then yeah, she tosses one of those fucking pyramid things directly at his head.
and you see him like maniacally like cackling as he like takes this thing out of his forehead.
Yeah. And then she grabs like it almost looks like a fucking box cutter, but it's like a knife off
Well, it's
of
like
his
a
workbench.
it's like a block knife, so it's
Yeah.
basically one of those knives that's in like the wooden block.
Yeah.
And she takes it out and like stabs him in the chest.
And then he falls down and
Well, it's not the end because they're lingering on the fact that they still have to get in the car and go away.
Well, I was also in my brain. I'm like, it's too tame.
Well, yeah, that scene is way too tame for what we've fucking witnessed in this
Because
goddamn
after all
movie.
this, I'm just thinking, there's no way in this movie that's had all this insanity that the main baddie just dies from getting a little knife stab.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
So, they get in their car and they're trying to start it. And it doesn't start. Like in the beginning.
Yep. So and then he's like, turn off the headlights so you can conserve the battery or whatever.
Well, no, first he's like, let's try it again in a few minutes. And they're all like freaking out and he's trying to calm her down. And then then they're like talking to each other and you just see like the back, the dad get up and like walk away. And then that's when he tells her, turn off the headlights.
Well, and she like turns them on and off, and then you see there's no body there anymore.
And then they start freaking out, and then you just see him climbing on the back of the car.
And he like rips open the top of the convertible with the battle axe, like starts pulling up the fucking son to like decapitate him.
And I loved it. She, one of those like cigarette lighters, she just presses it in, and immediately I'm like yes.
And then she takes it out and burns his fucking hand. I don't know. Again, like, for a B movie, these effects are fucking incredible.
Because like a fucking
it's
mark.
it's like his live hand on this guy, like pulling him up through this fucking convertible. And she takes the fucking cigarette lighter and burns his skin. And he like reacts, obviously, but it like looks like a real burn.
Well, because you see like there's like, a chunk of like skin that's like burned off. And he's like, he's doing all that, and then he's on like the back of their car. And they finally
because we also forgot to, I guess it's a little tiny part, but the cop did say that he was on the island and he was patrolling it, and he's going to investigate it because there are the kids here.
Yeah.
So like the other cops know,
because cops do show up.
Yeah. So this is why the cops show up, because earlier the other cop had said he's there patrolling. So the guy's hanging out on the back of the car. They finally start it, and like they like start to back up, and they see the cops, and the cops like see him like crawling on the back of the thing, and like she like puts it in the drive, and then like
she reverses it.
Oh, she puts it into reverse because she sees this like cinder block like wall.
Yeah, she just floors it into this cinder block wall.
And the guy like groans and everything, and like you're not sure exactly what happened.
Not yet.
And the cop is like, pull forward.
And then she pulls forward, and you just see the fucking bottom half of the dude's body just tumble down.
And he like falls to the side.
And then the cop walks over, and
I cannot believe this.
I can't fucking believe they did this. We just see our dude, half body, guts hanging out.
Well, you think he's like dead again.
Yeah.
And then like the cop walks over, he wraps his fucking arm around the cop's leg, takes his fucking battle axe and swings it and fucking like amputates the fucking cop's leg.
And the cop's just there like hugging his leg stump, screaming, and the dad's just like cackling, and then he like lays the fucking battle axe down and dies.
Yeah. And so
like dude, I can't fucking believe this.
And then they're at the hospital, and my slasher lover brain was like, maybe there's more, but like maybe there's a bamboozle. Maybe the son is crazy too, or maybe the girlfriend went crazy because of all the death and shit.
See, Will, if you really use your brain, your noggin, they did kind of play a little bamboozle on you, because there is something very shocking at the end of this.
It's true. I mean, I was not expecting it when it happened, but
the son walks into the room where the girlfriend is, and puts his hand on her shoulder, and they just have a little tender moment, and end film.
And it starts playing the theme song
again,
and
then we get a shot because they're doing the sitcom ending, right?
Yeah,
where it's like
it's showing all the actors, right?
All the actors,
so it's showing the actor, like the actor's name, and then what scene they were in,
right?
And then so like you see the dad holding the kid up and strangling him, and then all of a sudden they start laughing.
Yeah.
And like the kid's all like happy and shit, and like the dad's like laughing too, and like it's a blooper of him strangling the kid.
And that's the only blooper in the end.
That's the only fucking blooper. Every other scene is from the fucking movie. Like, what the
There's this
fuck?
fucking blooper
What the fuck?
of the murderer.
A blooper of a guy strangling a kid.
It's fucking.
Like, who?
It's fucking hilarious.
I have never seen that, and I will never see that again.
I will never see that ever again. But that is
Like,
fucking
holy shit, dude.
incredible that they did that.
The fact that they were big-brained enough to be like, hey, we're going to showcase the kid. What scene do we use? Let's use a blooper that we have of the guy strangling him. What? What? What?
I'm fucking.
Dude, I've never in my life seen that.
I think it slightly broke my brain.
Like, I thought it was going fucking insane.
I was like, wait a minute. Because first of all, I was like, almost half my brain was like already broken by the fact that they're showing the credit of the kid and it's a shot of him being strangled. Which that alone was hilarious.
Because none of the other like spotlights where they show the actors' names and then they show the scene they were in, none of them is them like getting murdered or anything.
Yeah, no, so that was already hilarious. But the fact that it's then turns into a blooper, and that's the first thing you see in the credits.
Yeah, like it broke my brain.
While they play the fucking happy theme song.
But you know what? My lizard brain is fucking happy they did that.
No, that is actually amazing.
Because I can say with 100% honesty, I don't think I'll ever see that again.
I never will.
Never again. Dude,
What
this movie fucking rocked. It was so
Yeah.
good. Like, the effects, I have to give a special... Like, the effects were so goddamn good.
Yeah, no,
Like, they did not have to go that hard.
because I mean, really, the thing about like the best slasher movies, all the best slasher movies, there is that fun in seeing the different deaths.
Well, slasher...
variety.
I mean, slasher fans, like, we get criticized because of this, but, like, you know,
Yes.
we like seeing unique ways in people getting murdered
Yeah, like yeah, sure.
on screen.
Like sure, it can be a decent movie if it's just people being stabbed or whatever.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's possible, but we like seeing unique kills.
originality. And this is
It has some really fucking, like, insane kills in this.
yeah.
Like, there's some typical, like, beheadings and stuff like that. Like,
We say typical, but I was
surprised. I mean, the effects are so good that, like, even a typical one, like, looks really good on
Yeah.
screen.
'cause most
And they-
movies would just cut away or whatever.
Or just see the head flying in the air or something like
Yeah.
that. Or, like, falling next to it. But they wouldn't show the body, like, spurting blood and shit.
Though I'm such a lizard that even if you just show a head flying through the air,
I mean, same.
I'm just sitting there like
Same.
like
I mean, like, you got your basic ass plot just to drive the movie along, which is great. You don't need anything crazy.
It's like a hug.
And then you got, like, likable characters that die.
Yeah.
And then, like, why the murderer is killing everyone. And he doesn't really talk the entire movie. Like, he doesn't even say anything at the end.
It doesn't matter.
He just grunts and, like, laughs.
All you had was the setup for why he's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Which you get the context without him saying a single word.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like top to bottom, everything was really good. Like, I thought some of the acting is a little hokey, but it's not enough to, like, be, like, horrible, right?
The word, as the cultured people say, the word is camp.
It is very campy. You're right. The acting is very campy. But the death scenes are so cool, and the camera work's really good.
It's a good looking movie.
Considering
it's literally just like one fucking location.
I don't know. Like, to be honest, it was, like, well filmed, well directed, surprisingly well written for, like. I mean, what writing do you really need in a slasher movie?
Here's
It's
the
like,
thing. The thing to make a slasher movie really good for me, I mean, I think for everybody who's a slasher fan, is I think as long as the characters are written to where they're likable and they're not annoying, then it's already like a win, basically.
And if you do write an annoying character, they're the first to die.
Oh, listen, if you have a movie where it's like you have a cast of people who
That's
aren't
just a
annoying,
rule.
and then you have one who is, you know
They're gonna die first.
that either they die first or they are gonna die very violently.
Yes. Because you always have that douchebag character that gets like the worst death.
Yeah, and you have your characters who they're likable, and it's just I don't know, it's fun.
It's a fun, like, cozy horror movie. It's
cozy.
It's good. It's good. I know some people may be weirded out that we think a slasher
How
movie
can you
is
think
cozy.
a movie where a freaking woman gets stabbed in the vagina and a man gets beheaded and all those horrible things happen is cozy? But you know what? It's not my job to educate you.
It's true. If you're a slasher fan, you get it. But
You don't get it. Touch grass.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's a reason these movies were all very successful.
I don't know. It was very enjoyable. The 1 hour and 20 minutes just flew by.
It's
like
nothing.
No alcohol required. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, like I could watch this movie with zero.
I would argue the
things.
last two movies we've watched are like unsung gems of the
Yeah.
fucking slasher genre.
Well, no, we've had a good year because we had those. We had Silent Night, Deadly Night. Like,
Well, I think people know about Silent Night, Deadly Night, but
Right.
these two, I have never
heard of
even heard of these, and they're really good. So I'm kind of sad that like they don't get the recognition they deserve, because I think they're really solid movies.
yeah,
They're very enjoyable, and I mean, there's not like this crazy like franchise behind them or anything, but like
No.
they're just
as far as I know.
really fun slasher movies to watch. So if you can find it, we didn't use a streaming service for this one. But-
I can tell you that this movie is on Tubi.
We try and avoid Tubi as much as possible.
I don't want any issues, but it is on Tubi. I think it's on like AMC Plus. If you're one of the 2 human beings on the planet who has it, I guess.
Well,
I'm hoping that these services have the movie in HD though.
Well, we watched an HD version, and it looked really good.
Yeah, you have to watch this in HD. You got to get the full unbamboozled.
Maybe
gore.
it'd look more cozy if it was like VHS quality too.
Just put a nice Snapchat filter.
There you go, perfect.
Make the audio a little.
Yeah,
you
I mean, make it as cozy as
Then
possible.
you
Okay,
just put yourself in a blankie.
Just
get some hot chocolate.
nostalgia, like just fucking go for it.
Plus, it's hell. It might be the only. Is it the only slasher movie I've seen that kind of takes place on a beach?
One of them, yeah, one of the only
I
ones.
don't know
I
any
can't.
others.
I'm sure there's more, but yeah, it's one of the only ones I remember. But like, it's really
It
good.
only adds to the cozy vibes.
If you like slasher movies, this is definitely a movie for you. You should definitely go watch it.
Honestly, even if you just want to watch, like, in my opinion, a deeply entertaining horror movie
Yeah,
with some great gore, watch.
like surprisingly good. Like I did not know what to expect, but it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I'll be
So-
honest, we are such lizards that as soon as the opening scene happened,
We knew we were in for
we were into it,
a
and then
good
as soon
time.
as the next scene happened, where it turned into like a fucking 80s college
I was
comedy,
listen. I was here for it the whole time.
I was like, okay,
I was like full send the entire way.
this movie's got me.
Shitty to pretty. This is good. Okay.
Why-
Why do we even need to do a shitty to pretty on this one? It's a fucking 10 for me.
I'm so sorry, guys. It is also.
Like, what did you expect?
I mean, look,
We've literally done nothing but sing this movie's praises. Like it'd be like if we were like shitty to pretty. Yeah, give it a 4. You know.
yeah, it's a slasher movie. Give it a 4.
Give it a 4. It's like one of our favorite genres, but give it a 4.
It's only like the most cozy fucking. It's only the most cozy shit imaginable. Yeah, I hate it.
No, it's really good. Go watch it.
It's funny because there is a big fucking slasher movie that I'm gonna end 84 on coming soon.
all I know is if we have more fucking slasher
And
movies,
I know that I'm giving that one a 10, but it's just listen.
dude, like best
happens.
of the best is gonna be hard to decide with all these good ass slasher movies. It's gonna be a difficult time for me to decide
Unfortunately, yeah, it is.
because like I mean it's a good problem to have,
I know.
but like
First world problems.
because we don't. I mean, there's a lot of contenders already, and so
Yeah,
and we're like, I don't even. Are we even halfway through 84?
we have 3 more.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
can tell you this. At least 2 of those are winners.
So we have 2 more, but I think we have a recommendation in between that too. So we'll have like 4 more episodes before we finish out 84.
Yes.
I think. I'm not.
This will be episode 213.
Yeah, before we round out, because 215 is going to be a
yes.
recommendation.
How fitting.
So yeah, just look forward to all that.
I know I am.
84 has been a banger year though. Like 84 has been a banger for B movies. Like, holy shit, there's a lot of good shit in here.
There's a lot of really entertaining stuff.
But then again, we're 80s fans, so it's like, it makes sense.
We suffered through a lot to get here.
We did. 70s, I'm not going to lie, some of the 70s were rough, but we made it to the promised land of the 80s.
We made it to the time when we finally have like the B movies that really tickle our pickle.
Our promised land, the 80s. Tickle our pickle. The 80s do definitely tickle our pickles.
Yes, our pickles do come away highly tickled. My good brethren.
80s and 90s. I think 90s stuff is very underrated sometimes.
Oh, I'm so like, yeah, 80s, 90s, like we are going to be, because here's the thing. I especially like, because 90s is going to have like, because 80s already have like a lot of independent kind of lower.
90s is going to definitely have more.
90s is like when indie cinema really fucking.
And then I'm horrified for the 2000s.
Well,
because that's when shit goes insano style and just like
that's when it's
all fucking like shot on shitio, like fucking just anyone can make a movie kind of thing. So
it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a great time.
You know what? It'll still be fun.
And we hope that you're here with us on the ride. Who is ever listening to us, we hope you're here because we got a long ways to go, and we're not stopping yet.
The pain will be good.
Yes, it'll be worth it.
It'll hurt. But, we will have those moments, like when we were watching fucking Forbidden Planet.
Oh, God.
And a man got pissed to death. And Will saw me have a fucking mental breakdown on the floor.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop laughing at how fucking stupid it was.
Yeah, it got...
That in our film, an hour and 20 minutes into an hour 30-minute film, near the end of the film, I get to watch a man get pissed to death. That's like that happened.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit.
And
I can't. If you know, you know. If you've seen the movie, you know.
Yeah, if you've been pissed on, you know.
Yeah, if you watched, I would hope that some of our audience at least watches along, maybe with us, or maybe watches the movie and then enjoys our review. But if you know, I hope you know, because
you know.
like, damn, that was some funny shit.
For real, as the kids say.
But yeah, so again, thanks for coming along the ride. Thanks for continuing to come along the ride, and I think that's about all I have. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun shit.
Yeah.
And then on to the next one. So for They Mostly Come Out at Night, this has been Will.
This has been Alex.
We will talk to you all later. Later, bruh.
You see, the film ends with a blooper, so they started their review with a blooper. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Just don't tell anyone that we didn't plan that, okay? Oh shit! We're still, oh shit! We're still recording.